3 signs that you are closing a friendship cycle.
They say friends are the family we choose. But what happens when those friends choose to part ways?
This friend that I had just randomly disappeared off the face of the earth.
Platonic breakups seem to be everywhere, both on social media,
slowly plot your exit,
and in the headlines. According to a recent survey, 2/3 of Americans have ended a friendship.
Just because your friend and you have history does not mean you have to hold on.
So how do you know when it's time to break up, or when a friendship is worth fighting for? And how can you survive the shakeup? We've got you covered.
That era of pretending that friendship loss is not real, that era is over.
You know what? I'm happy that people are starting to have this conversation. So with us now is Danielle Bayard-Jackson. She's a women's relational health educator. We were just saying, I think it's, we've always had issues sometimes with friends. But
like this has been here forever.
Yeah, and social media, women are talking about it. So let's start with step one. How do you know when perhaps it's time for a breakup?
Yeah, there are a lot of different reasons you might lose motivation to maintain a friendship, but there are a couple questions that can kind of guide that decision. So you might ask yourself, starting with a simple one, do I no longer feel safe? And we're talking psychologically or otherwise, okay? You might also want to ask, are there unspoken needs? Because sometimes we're ending things, but we have not yet shared the data for the other person to be able to recalibrate.
Do you need to share the data?
Sometimes.
Depends on how close the friend
Absolutely. And you might also want to ask yourself this, and I know this might make some of us uncomfortable, but we got to go inside, okay? You might ask yourself, is my desire to opt out of the friendship a reflection of an ongoing pattern of conflict avoidance, or I generally have a low tolerance for any kind of friction?
Ooh.
So we might be on kind of other, ends of that spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you realize, all right, this is sort of come to its end, how do you have that conversation?
Okay, so a lot of friendships do kind of break up with that gradual release. We've all done it, right? You text a little less, you initiate a little less. But I'm of the opinion that if you have high contact and high closeness, you need a conversation. So if we have a lot of history, or if I see you all the time and now you want out, we have to talk about it. And so regardless of what kind of script you use, I do think there are 3 things you want to avoid when you have the conversation.
What is that?
The first is, it might not be helpful to list all of her inadequacies. I sometimes see us do that when we're fed up.
Like the grievances.
Yeah, so we're justifying, in 2019 on that girls trip, okay, and we're going way back. So it might not be helpful. Instead, you might want to focus on what you're moving toward instead of what you're moving away from.
Ooh.
Okay?
So give me an example.
How does that sound?
So you might say something like, I've been putting a lot of thought into this, and I just think I need to be in relationships and friendships where I can speak my mind a little more freely.
Okay.
The subtext is the same, right? But I'm just being a little more tender with her as I opt out.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just the way people are. Like we were saying, sometimes negative people can be hard to be friends with. But it's like, if you're like, well, you're negative, I mean, what is that person supposed to do about it? That's their personality.
And then you're going back and forth because then they're like, I wasn't negative. And so it might not be helpful. You also want to have a clear message. I've seen conversations where the person's left wondering, like, do you not want to hang out?
I know. And I also think as much as we talk about these clear boundaries, it's messy.
Yes.
And then you feel bad because you don't want to make your friend feel bad, but then you're tired of feeling bad.
That's right.
Some relationships, romantic relationships, there's breaks really help sort of solidify. Is that something you can do with a friendship?
I'm glad you asked that because we do have permission to do that in every other relational context, right? Even a break from my kids. I'm like, I need a weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's something about,
or like 5 minutes.
Yes. But there's something about friendship where even initiating that feels like a threat to the relationship. So you can start by offering reassurance. You can say, hey, I think we're going to be good, but I am still a little upset about what happened last week.
I
think I need a minute.
Space.
And what happens when you're away and you kind of feel better? Or I guess maybe you would miss them.
Well, sometimes a break does bring that clarity, and then you'd have to kind of boldly step into having that conversation.
This is such an interesting conversation.
Step into having the conversation.
We could talk about it forever.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys, thanks for watching.
I know. Come join us for all the fun every weekday on NBC.
Yeah, and don't forget to take us along when you're on the go.
Follow the Today with Jenna and Sheinelle podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.